So this thing's running pretty good, but I had a fuel leak underneath the vehicle down there. There's a return line that anything that drains into this kind of valley just runs out and drips out the bottom of the motor. Well, I couldn't figure out where it's coming but there's a little T's that go on the top of these injectors, and one of them had a broken seat. So got a hold of Florida Van Man, and he sent me a replacement. So I'm going to install that. Hopefully that stops the leak, and then I got issues dealing with the fuel tank leak. Okay, so down here under the van, I've already previously dropped this tank per Florida Van Man's video and recommendations. And what I've got going here, there's the supply inlet and outlet, or the return inlet and supply outlet. Looks like there's another line there that's going to something. I'm going to ask the owner if maybe he's got a heater in here, but so that's not leaking up in there with that. That's all together. There's no fuel coming out of there. Where it was coming out of is right behind that metal bracket right there that's holding the lines. So I'm thinking I'm going to need to maybe replace those metal lines with, I don't know, maybe I'm going to have to splice them and put in some new pieces of metal with some compression fittings. I have to think about this. I could put pieces of rubber in there, rubber tubing, but it seems like that bracket's helping support all that line as it goes to the back and then up to the front here. So I was putting this tank back on. And these bolts are also rusted and corroded. This tank hanger bolt, that nut stripped the threads, so I got a plan now for a temporary fix until I can get another bracket. Well, okay then. So what I ended up doing, got the old one off. Threads are all stripped off of that. There's this little stopper here, washer. So what I did, I went to Tractor Supply. And I've got this 3/8 inch by 7 inch hook bolt, and what I did is I put a lock nut upside down basically and threaded it on here to where the same distance from where it hangs to the bottom of that washer dealy there. I've got a lock nut like the one that was on here. This is a little bit bigger. This 3/8 is a little bit bigger than that original one, so I had to just run a 3/8 bit drill bit through the hanger itself, so this will fit through. It would probably thread through, but it was pretty snug and I wanted to give it a little more space. And then the other thing I had to do is so it seats well in that bracket on the frame is I took a grinder and I ground down this hook so it seats in the seat of the hanger. It wouldn't go, without grinding it, it doesn't go all the way down into the slot, and I didn't want it to just bounce off hit a bump and have it bounce. It probably wouldn't, because it'd have to bounce quite at least an inch right there. Anyhow, ground that down each side so it goes in the slot nicely, and set this to this, and I've got a new lock nut on it, so I'm gonna go install it, see how it works. Okay, one last little detail I did is I cut about a 1/2 inch off the end of that hook, so it has about the same length of hook as this round thing has on this original. That way you can lift the tank, or loosen the nut, lifting this out versus taking the nut completely off, I'm thinking. Well, okay then. Got the tank all put back in place. I ended up not replacing anything on there for now. I'm going to come back and cut some of those corroded metal lines out, take some of those out, and zip tie up some rubber lines per Florida Van Man's recommendation. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I want to put a hitch on this thing, so I'm getting ready to take a look at doing that. I'll catch you in a few.